We apologize for that little hiccup there, but hey, Necessary Noise making a comeback there with me in studio this morning for Friday Chat, which you can be part of if you have a question or a comment for Sheila Kwamboka, Nazizi, Amani. You know them all, you've seen them, and they're here with us in our Morning Express show. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Good to see you. Lovely ladies, diva power on set. Let's start with you, Nazizi. Where have you been?
I've been around the world. Now I'm back, like we said in the song.
Yes.
I've been everywhere, mostly just being a mother, you know. My son is turning 4 next 2 weeks.
Okay.
So I've been loving being a mom, and I've been like, all my attention has been on him, you know.
Yeah.
Now he's a big boy, he's in school. I'm like, okay, gotta go back to the studio. Bye.
Yeah.
So.
Was it a choice you made from the beginning that I want to get out of this, focus on family, then return at some point?
No, actually, I was performing even when I was expecting, up till I was like 7 months.
Yeah.
And when he was born, I've been touring with him until he was like 2. So I was never planning to leave. I just wanted him to be a part of it. But it became, you see, when he was a little baby, it was easy to just carry him and go everywhere. But when he became older, I was like, okay, wait a minute. I can't be a mom, an artist, and everything all in one, you know? So I moved to Lamu for the last 2 years, and that was most amazing for me and him. And now coming back, I feel like, you know, our bond is solid. He's like comfortable with me going to the studio and doing this because he knows I'll come back.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm liking how now is. Yeah.
How now is. Yeah. Amani, talk to us about how you've been and what you've been up to.
I've been good.
Yeah.
Music, more music, and more music.
Yeah.
Looking forward. This year has had lots of surprises. Released my comeback single last year, about May. Got a couple of nominations this year that we're not expecting. There is the MTV Awards nomination, and most recently Afrima for Best Collaboration. So I'm excited that this year, you know, the comeback was successful.
You've talked about the comeback.
Yes.
What was happening before the comeback?
Just a lot of studio work.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of work, you know, in the studio to be able to come back with that track that is going to resonate very well. Most people think that you sleep, you wake up, come up with a tune, go into studio, and boom, that's the big hit.
Magic.
It doesn't work like that. You have to go into studio and record maybe close to about 10 to 15 songs or more.
Or more.
Yeah.
All right, so it was working on that.
It was working on that, working on the album, also touring. Yes.
Where did you go?
Everywhere. It was Europe, the States, India, UAE, you know, I was just Africa. So it was just everywhere, and I just need to take some time out and get back into the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sheila, you came huge time into the spotlight during Big Brother. You know, a lot of people who had not heard of did. What have you been up to since?
Oh, wow, it's been really a long time ago.
Yeah, that was long.
But yeah, I came back to Kenya. I moved to Nigeria a while back. I came back to Kenya, decided to get into radio. I actually have a daily show, drive show on Homeboyz Radio. Apart from that, I decided, you know what, why not do something that actually, you know, makes an impact, and hence Industry Night, and the reason why we're here with these lovely ladies.
Yeah. Okay, talking about the show and radio, is that what you always wanted to do?
Absolutely.
Really?
I always, like, for real, my whole life, like, I knew I wanted to be on radio. I mean, there's something about having to speak to people every day, you know, about your thoughts, and they're actually listening. So for me, it's such a blessing that there's actually people tuned in, you know, every day to have to hear what I have to say about something. So it's great,
And Nigeria? Talk to us about Nigeria. Moving there for how long? Why?
I stayed there for quite a while, actually. You know, when I left Big Brother, I got to say, my biggest fan base, well, apart from Kenya, my people.
Very recognized people.
Nigeria actually was, you know, they were always rooting for me. And by the time I left the show, I realized I had a huge following in Nigeria. And I remember my first time there, it was like, it was so surreal. There was like hundreds of people who came to the airport to see me. And so after that, it just made sense to move there because there was more opportunities in terms of entertainment, you know, and so on and so forth. So my time there was actually a blessing because I spent time realizing what I wanted to do. Hence, one day I just woke up and I was like, I'm going back to Kenya. I'm coming home.
Yes, where you belong.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And how would you describe the people in Nigeria and the culture? Are they warm people?
They're awesome. I mean, really, I gotta say. And you know, here's the thing. Kenyans actually love Nigerians. I mean, the amount of Afro cinema in this country is ridiculous. Yeah, so they are naturally warm people. They have vibrant culture and vibrant food. You know, there's lots of things, you know, there's lots of variety from... you know, the most ridiculous thing you could think of eating to like the most spiciest thing you could think of eating. So, I mean, yeah.
All right, Nazizi, Necessary Noise, the comeback of that, the decision. We've heard Waire, he's still been doing his music. What informed that?
Well, you see, Necessary Noise is one of those groups, even if we don't record for the next 10 years, we still get called to perform together. Okay. So we've done a lot of shows together and we've been just performing like the old singles, which still get a lot of, you know, like really good response. But we thought, you know, everywhere we go, guys ask us, okay, you guys still perform together, but where's the new music? You know, so right now I'm actually recording my new project at Waire's studio at Love Child Records. So I see him every other day. We sit down and we're planning my comeback and we're planning this and that, but we're never doing Necessary Noise things, you know? So that's why we just decided, let's bring back the noise, and then we have to do a follow-up single and everything. Okay. We've never, Necessary Noise has never broken up. It's just, it's something that was bigger than us. And at some point, we all had to just sit back, because we started Necessary Noise when we were like 18, you know? And he's a father now, I'm a mother now. So we've been growing together and we've been taking breaks together. And I think the next project we're going to do is going to be really amazing.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
One of the things that, you know, talking even to people in the industry say about artists is the sort of like fluctuation, hot, cold, not there. Why is it there's that sense that sometimes someone will disappear and they come back and you're like, oh, here they are?
I think it's not artists, it's every human.
Yeah.
Every living human. But you have, I mean, you have good days, you have bad days. There's days you don't want to come to the show. It's the same thing with us. There's days we wake up every day. There's days we're like, I'm done with the studio, I'm done with the media, I'm done with the tabloids, you know, because for us, we're not just putting out our voice, we're putting out our whole life. Yeah. Yeah, your whole privacy, your whole, everything just goes down the, you know. And it's like, okay, wait a minute, I'm human too, I don't want to do this anymore. And then, oh my God, I love my fans, I want to do another song, you know. So I think it's just something that every artist goes through, self-reflecting. We go through losses. I lost my brother.
Yes,
when I lost my brother, I lost everything, because for me, he was my biggest supporter and the one who would really push me to go to the studio and record from day one. So you see, we go through all these emotions, and then you become a parent, or you get divorced, or you know, everything just happens. And it's not like we're super artists where we can just put this face on, because we're human. You know, you can put the face on for 10 minutes, but not for like 10 years.
10 years. That granted, although Amani, to be honest, there are those we have seen throughout, even internationally, if you look the whole, you know, spectrum. So what is it? Because everyone agreed has their ups and downs, but
every artist takes a break. For example, right now, Alicia Keys had an album last year. You're not going to hear her for another 2 years. Who else? I can pick so many. When's the last time Jay-Z had an album? Basically, internationally, they take breaks of between 3 to 5 years, depending on how they want to run their projects. The same thing with Rihanna. I think she does 2-year breaks. So they take 2-year breaks. Beyonce sometimes even takes 5. It depends on how strong your brand is. So it's important for you to take those breaks so you can go back into the studio and rejuvenate. We give so much of ourselves when we're in that studio, because what you get to hear is a percentage of what you've put in. So maybe during my recording sessions, I might record 100 songs. In the album, you get to hear only 10. By the time I'm finishing with the studio, I'm burnt out. I'm done. And you tell me to write another song, I will not write a good one, because my energy is done. So we need to rejuvenate also. I remember before Beyonce came back with this visual album, she'd taken a break for like 4 years. She wanted, you know, to be a mother, be a wife and everything. So it's important to take breaks so that you can have a longevity in your career. If you just go bam, 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 but back to back, you're going to burn out.
Okay, Sheila, then is it a problem of branding in terms of our you know, our industry or where we stand? Because with other artists, you get a sense of you're still seeing them, they're still there. Maybe it's different projects. What is the approach that maybe needs to happen to change that?
To be honest, for me, I'm all about Kenyans need to own brand Kenyan music.
Okay.
You know, I mean, as much as they put out great music, every time Nazizi, like now, Nazizi has a song out, it's playing on every major radio station, every major TV station. Amani will release a song, everybody wants to hear it. It's, you know, before you know it, she's got nominations, which means the music is great. But even for them to put out the music, like, you need, the people that you're putting out the music for need to own the brand that is Kenyan music. You find Kenyans own more Nigerian music, own more South African music.
Why is that? Because even in the clubs, that's what they play.
And
mostly.
here's the thing, when you go to like Nigeria or you go to South Africa, or you know what, let's just go to Uganda, you don't hear that amount of foreign music as you hear their local music. Like, people actually own their local music, and it's not really local, it is music. You have to own it. I mean, no Nigerian is gonna come and say, oh, I love Kenyan music so much, I want it to be, you know, the hottest single. It has to be Kenyans to do that. Yeah, so I think in that sense, it kind of makes it hard for an artist to kind of sustain being there all the time, especially when, you know, you're not getting the kickbacks that you're duly supposed to be getting.
Okay, and we have something that we want to run. We can do that. And then we'll continue with this conversation. Of course, we still want to get to know your personal lives. We'll move from the music and catch up on what's been happening in that front as well. Amani, Nazizi, and Komboka with me in studio. Of course, lovely catching up with them today. Amani, how was it, that video, the collabo? How was it working with the guys?
It was awesome working with them. They are a pair of clowns. I enjoyed myself.
Really?
We were shooting, laughing. It was just a lot of fun working with Ridge and Weasel. Their clowns, Mose, is just hilarious. He doesn't take himself too seriously. Weasel on the other side is just chilled out. So it was so much fun. It was so easy because I'm a fan of their music. They're a fan of my music. So it was like, let's do something. Yeah, no problem. Send me the track. So it was just so seamless. You know, there wasn't actually that cracking our brain. What are we going to sing about?
Yes.
there wasn't that moment. It was like, just do whatever you want to do on the track. I'll do my part. And it just gelled in so well.
What's usually the good part about doing collabos? Is it something that every artist should do, venture, get into?
For me, I don't know. I've realized that collaborations are just the one thing that works for me. Yes, most of the songs that have done well for me have been collaborations. So I enjoy doing collaborations. And I love doing collaborations with artists that I'm fans of. It's not really sometimes strategic because someone will tell you, I want to enter Nigeria. So I'm going to do a Nigerian collaboration. That's not really the thought process when it comes, you know, for me. Of course, I have to think about how it's going to implicate my career later on and the strategy. But more often than not, it's about, do I gel with the artist? Are we going to have an amazing collaboration? Because every other day collaborations come out, but when you hear the song, you can just tell something's not right. The artists are not gelling. So for me, the most important thing is for us to gel. The rest will fall into place.
Okay. Let's switch gears a little bit. Nazizi, we know you got married. Baby, of course, you've talked about him. And then divorced after 5 years. And, you know, it's someone you loved and had talked about spending the rest of your life together. Talk to us about that, what happened, if you don't mind, and how that has been, just dealing with divorce. Of course, for many, they say it's not an easy transition to go through.
You know, I think, first of all, it's not easy because it's unexpected. You know, it's like, for me, I compare it to losing my brother. It's a mourning. It's like you lost somebody, you know, and it's something you weren't planning for. So I've done a lot of interviews and I've said, you know, for us, it was just a growing apart thing and a distance thing. We were never in the same place. It was always like, with the whole conversations we have is on the phone. Like, now we have a baby, now we need to be a family unit. Like, we have to be in the same place. We can't do this communication on the phone. You're in TZ, I'm here. And so it was a more growing apart, and me just being with my son more than him being there. So, I mean, I think after some time we had to sit down and talk about it. Like, do we really think it's working? You know, is it really working, this situation for us? And we thought, okay, maybe a separation, and that will just keep our focus and see if we really want to be together. And I think after separation for like a year and a half, we both realized we're going in different paths right now. I still really respect him. He's the first person I call when I have major issues, you know, like, what do I do? Because he's still my friend. He's still somebody. I knew him for 12 years. We were dating for a long time before we got married, you know. So I also believe in no drama. I know the tabloids have tried to make my life a drama zone, but I'm sorry, there's no drama here. I'm just me. Everybody, relax.
And we'll talk about the tabloids in a short while, because there's quite a lot, of course, when you're in the limelight, that will be put out. But are you dating now?
Yes, I'm dating now, and that's another thing that I'm saying, like, everybody try to make it like probably I'm getting divorced because I'm dating now, you know. But it's
there's
not.
Somebody else.
Yeah, there's somebody else. I'm happy. I'm happy. I don't know how to date anymore, but you know. I'm getting there because this girl was 12 years taken. I was just chilling. I had found my everything, you know. So this dating thing, I'm kind of like, how does it work? Yeah, I'm trying.
Are you hoping to get married again? Is it something you'd want to?
That is a tricky question. I don't know. I think I did my part of marriage and commitment and serious family. I wouldn't want to do it again anytime soon, because I've just come out of a really serious relationship. But, you know, if Prince Charming comes with the horse and the gold hooves riding along into my life.
Okay. Maybe. Sheila?
Yeah.
Sioni pete kunaendaje?
Dude, like, you know this, what? You, all right, okay.
You know what happens is, when a lady gets to a certain age, those questions start coming up from parents, from friends. What's happening? You know? So I'm kind of just asking for them. What's happening?
For me, let me tell you, there's no pressure at all. Like, you know, it's just I've even had a conversation with my mom, because, you know, my mom is just a mom, and shout out to my mom, she's probably watching. There's always so much pressure, like, okay, so when are we gonna, you know, settle down and have to have grandkids? I'm like, you know, I wasn't put on this earth to give a grandkids to get married.
There's more.
There's so much more to be done, and there's so much more to be accomplished. And for me right now, it's not a priority.
Are you dating though?
I am.
He's watching. He's like, hey, babe. And
that's where the real pressure comes. I was about to dance that.
But I am.
You are. Amani, of course, then you know the guns now, all eyes are on you. Yes.
I hope you've prepared your answer.
I hope you prepared your answer. I'm asking.
I've been picking answers from them, so I know, okay, fine,
Are you dating?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, wedding, 1 month, 2 months, when do we come?
God knows.
Pressure.
Like I said, for me, I really don't take the pressure. You know, society will try and put that pressure on you, like, when are you getting married? When are you having kids? But I'm a special kind of girl. I have a special kind of a career. So I'm going to do things in a special kind of way. And that's just the way it is.
That's
you know,
the way it is.
I did not pick an ordinary career, so don't expect me to fit anybody's box. I am going to run things the way God has intended for them to run.
Would you say your career then has, you know, played a factor in as far as the decisions you make, who you date?
Yes, it has.
Whether you settle down now or later, because getting married then baby, of course that, you know, you need to readjust a few things. So priority is career.
I wouldn't say so. I love family. I would want to be in a family situation where I have kids and I have a husband and everything, but I have to make the right decision. I'm not going to let the pressure of society let me make the wrong decision, because I will have to live with that decision. I'll have to wake up every morning with that decision. So it all lies on me, because it's my life, my decision. The only person who can detect it is God and the persons in authority in my life. Otherwise, everybody else, sit back, relax, enjoy
Live your life, I'm living mine, and enjoy the music. I like that. I like that. And you talked about the blogs and the tabloids and the things that will be said about you. What for you, being around over the years, have you learned in terms of dealing with stuff? Because many untrue things will be said, some will be half-truths, and some will perhaps be true.
I think the biggest thing that the tabloids have taught me is that they can't break me.
Okay.
And that's why they said that you don't know that you can be strong until you have to be strong. And for me, I laugh. You know, like, my family is more affected by it than me. They're like, oh my God, what would they write? I'm like, excuse me, is your name on the paper or in the tabloid? It's mine, just chill. I'm okay, I'm breathing, I'm alive. And I've learned that what's really important is that your friends and your family know the truth, and they don't bring it to you. And that's what I tell my family. Please don't come with the paper like this to my face. Look what they've written here. No, you're supposed to be my safe zone. And I'm really happy that I have my safe zone. My family are really supportive, you know, my friends, and that's what I try and surround myself with, people who actually know what Nazizi is about, what my day is about. And you know, the tabloids will always write, this is something that we signed up for. I signed up for this when I was 16. This is 16 years later. Yeah, so I signed up for it the minute I said, Mama, nataka kwa rapper. Bang, I signed up for it. So I'm really like, it comes with the job, just like waking up early in the morning comes with your job. So you see, we just take it and go with it. I never let it affect me. I know a lot of artists get affected by the tabloids. And my #1 A-man to call is Mr. Prezzo. When things are going down, yo, what do I do? It's like, relax. And he's my hero just because everybody writes a lot of crap about him. And if you see him, he's not even breaking a sweat about it. He's like so easy about it. So you know, we have our people who we go for when we're down and everything. But for me, I don't let them even try and get, you know. Yeah.
All right, Sheila, what don't people know about you before we talk about the event that's happening Wednesday? What are 1, 2, 3 things people don't know about Sheila Kwamboka?
I do not know what they do not know. You know?
What misconception do you think is out there that you'd like maybe to clarify? Let me ask a different one.
It's so interesting. The other day someone was telling me, oh, you know, now it's so interesting you shed the bad girl image. And I'm like, what bad girl image, you know? Most people actually think like I'm a, you know, it's so interesting. They think like I never break down. I never, you know, like I'm just, you know, tough. Always, you know, tough. Yeah, I keep thinking that. It's great. But I think that's misplaced because we're all humans and we have our moments. I actually really, really value my privacy. Like crazy, you know, like she was saying, you know, when I got into Big Brother, I was like, I wasn't prepared for the spotlight that like, you know, and it's not just Kenya, it's everywhere. There's blogs in essay writing stuff, there's blogs in Angola. So it just became so much, and probably how I handled it, I wasn't prepared, and there was no one to tell me, okay, you know what, listen, this is how you handle it. There was no one strategizing. And for me, what that brought about is like a lot of people got so, you know, the feedback that they got about me, they thought they knew me, but they really didn't. And for me, what I'm doing right now is making sure that anyone who's coming into the spotlight, always try and advise them and tell them, listen, this won't dictate your life. You have to dictate how you want people to get to know you and how to handle that spotlight. So,
what don't people know about Amani?
I'm quite an open book.
Yeah? No.
Yeah,
there's
right.
always something people don't know.
Not.
Even if it's your favorite food or what
I think I'm quite secretive when it comes to a lot of things. Of course, family, my personal life, because as much as I signed up for it, there's a part that I want to keep to myself, and I will keep that part to myself for the sake of my sanity, and I will not let people through that door. And that's just for my own sanity. What do they know? My favorite food? Oh yeah, I love chicken, I love mukimong. Yum yum. Do you cook? Yes, I
love to cook.
I love to cook. I love being in. There's this misconception that because you're a singer, you can't cook. Please make me understand the rationale behind it and how the two are connected. Yes.
Okay, so you cook. Let's talk about the industrial industry.
Industry night.
Industry night.
Yeah, it's actually Pulse Industry Night.
Yes.
It's a concept that came about while I was in Nigeria. I saw Industry Night and how it has managed to really cement and secure Nigerian music to Nigerian people, owning brand Nigeria, Nigerian music. And so when I came back to Kenya, I was like, you know what, we need a platform where Kenyan artists can be able to not just you know, usually the concerts that, you know, you'll testify is when you're called to a concert, it's usually the agenda of the, you know, the person who's doing, you know, the event.
Right.
It's not really about the artist. It's more like maybe there's a product or, you know, and then the entertainment. But this is that particular platform that gives the artist a chance to be able to interact with their fans, get to open up. If Amani wants to open up, you know, she says she's secretive. She can tell us about how she wrote, what, you know, what inspired her to write the music, and it's backed by a live band, and they actually have been in rehearsal.
Yep.
Yeah, so every month we select an artist. I remember about 2 months ago we brought you Issa, the Issa tribute, which was highly successful. Last month we did Waire, and it just keeps growing leaps and bounds. And I'm very excited about this one because there's this misconception that female artists are not a strong brand in entertainment. And this is the exact reason why we decided we're going to have one where we just headlining females, no male artists. And let's prove to guys that, listen, females actually have a lot to offer. And Nazizi's music, it goes without saying, Amani's music, and we also have Sage, who's actually just come back from giving birth, and this will be her first performance since. Wow. So, and I don't even know what else to tell you. This is the platform.
This is the platform. And what's happening this Wednesday? Why should people come, Nazizi?
First of all, because it's a Divas edition and girl power, so leave the drama home. Come and join us. And I think it's 3 great female artists on one stage, which hasn't happened in a minute. We've been working really hard on performances because it's live. And so again, a live show, you know, you shouldn't miss a live show. It's just 500 shillings and you get to see the 3 of us. And,
at Carnival?
Yeah, at Carnival. And I'll be performing my new single, 254. I'm really excited about that. It's going to be the first time I'm performing 254 officially. So
I must ask this away from that. So Wednesday?
Wednesday.
What time?
Gates open at 7 p.m.
7 p.m. 500 shillings.
500 bob at the gates.
Carnival.
And Carnival.
Men and women to come.
Yeah, it's not just for the females. What are we trying to do? A cut fight?
So it's open for all. Nazizi, somebody's asking, how long have you had your dreads for? How old are they?
Oh, my dreads, they're too old. They're almost as old as me now. They're 13 years, 13 years,
Awesome. And Amani, somebody's asking for advice for somebody who'd want to be a big star in the music industry.
Concentrate, focus on what you came to do. I think the most important thing is to focus. It's not easy. It's not like you sleep. Like I said, once you sleep, you wake up. Oh, I have this fantastic song and I have a star. I mean, I have a fantastic, you know, you're a star and everything is happening for you. Just stay focused and keep doing what you're doing. Eventually, it all comes together.
Okay. Thank you, ladies, for joining us. Our time is up. We're winding up with that new video. 254 is playing. Don't miss it. Wednesday from 7. Carnival, 500 bob. Everyone's welcome. And the lovely ladies will be performing. And there'll be great surprises. And we'll give out tickets on Monday as well. 2 tickets. So don't go away.
Calculate the rhyme, do the math, check your Mali, Nairobi.